Before I introduce our next guest, please watch the video screens.
Sears is dedicated to helping American families achieve their dreams. American military families have a special place in our hearts. We currently employ 30,000 veterans, 1,300 active reservist and Guard members. These soldiers sacrifice so much, and often the real heroes are the families they must leave behind. So in 2004, Sears made a commitment to honor the families that honor our country. It started with a simple idea. If someone working for Sears is called to active duty, we will hold their job. And if their military salary is less than what they were making at Sears, we will match their pay, no matter what.
I was activated in 2004. I mean, Sears went out of their way to make sure that I was taken care of. I've heard these things, and I've talked to Marines that have had problems where their employers are, you get activated next week, you're fired. Whoa, that's not how it works. If your family is hurting when you're gone, you can't focus on your mission.
554 Sears employees are currently deployed. They can focus on the important job at hand because they know they'll have a job when they return. Choosing to serve our country is never an easy path, but for some, it's the journey home that is the most difficult of all.
Ryan was initially injured in Ramadi, Iraq. They just didn't expect him to live. It's a struggle. Heroes at Home changed our lives.
They retrofitted my house to make it wheelchair accessible. Here they opened the doors wider so that I could have access to my room. They built in the elevator so I can get from the basement to my room in the first floor.
I'm very appreciative of Sears rebuilding together because if it weren't for them guys contributing to this project, all of this wouldn't have happened.
To date, we have raised nearly $9 million for Rebuilding Together. We've remodeled 460 homes and helped veterans return to a place that honors them every day with comfort, safety, and dignity. Last Christmas, we asked military families a simple question. What are you wishing for? What we heard back was overwhelming. Over 30,000 families sent us their wish lists. Warm coats, toys, things we all take for granted. So we created an online wish registry and encouraged America to come to the aid of these families. America answered. Together, we raised over $8 million. For families apart, these gifts shortened the miles, made Christmas brighter, and let them know America cares. Our efforts have improved the lives of 40,000 military families. We've created a deeper bond with our employees and customers. But mostly, the work we do reminds us of what's most important.
They would hold my position for me.
They came in, they saw what we needed.
They fixed my roof, installed a brand new furnace.
Everything you see is new. They did a wonderful job.
They feel like they're getting so much and giving so little, but they don't realize that they've done so much for us, and it's our honor to be able to go out there and do that for them.
Every family deserves the dream of a better life. We are proud to help our military families achieve their dreams. Sears, life well spent.
Our next guest is a veteran of the U.S. Army and a graduate of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. He currently serves as the Division Vice President of Public Relations for Sears. His responsibilities include leading Sears Heroes at Home program, which provides support to service members, veterans, and their families through joint efforts with various nonprofit organizations, including Rebuilding Together and the USO. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Tom Aiello.
Thank you very much. When I walked up here, I bet you didn't think you'd hear me say that I'm older than you. Sears will celebrate its 125th anniversary next year as the American Legion turns 93. Two great American organizations that have touched the lives of so many millions of people. Sears and the American Legion share a rich heritage important in the place of our country. We also share a common lineage and honor with respect to the military. General Robert Wood was one of the most important and influential people in the history of Sears. He served as chairman from 1939 until 1954. Under his leadership, Sears shifted from catalog sales into department stores. This focus on the military lives on today as Sears employs over 30,000 military veterans, some 1,500 still in the Guard and Reserve. So you might argue that the American Legion and Sears have some of the richest heritage in America. But despite all this history, that means very little to the veteran or military family in need. You see, we also have in common the desire to serve, the desire to help and to act. 4 days ago, I was in New Orleans helping rebuild 50 homes on the 5th anniversary of Katrina. 1/4 of the homes that Sears was rebuilding belonged to military veterans. One home in particular belonged to the Hansel family. Now, the Hansel family had 4 military veterans in one family, 1 Army and 3 Navy. 2 months ago, this family lost George Sr., a Vietnam veteran, to diabetes at the local VA hospital there. Now, but before George died, he learned that Sears was going to help rebuild his home, which gave him great comfort, knowing his family was going to be taken care of. This family touched me in a deep way because this story hit so close to home for me. You see, 13 days ago, I lost my own father. The character and strength of that Hansel family really represents why Sears is out there honoring the sacrifice of so many military families that have given so much for us all. Sears has raised over $20 million now in the last 3 years and helped over 51,000 military families. And as you here in the American Legion know, those numbers sound impressive, but behind those numbers are real people in need. You see, I had my spinal cord fused as a result of injuries in a Humvee accident while I was serving in the Army. My right arm was completely paralyzed before I went in for an emergency surgery. While the injury was service-related, the VA has declined my claim. And that's where you step in, the American Legion. The American Legion has helped me file an appeal earlier this year. I'm told this process can take over 3 years, and it's enough for any veteran to get frustrated with the process. But the American Legion is there to provide me the guidance and encouragement I need to continue moving along, and my family and I thank you for that support. So both Sears and the American Legion share this great heritage, this great history of helping others. But at this point in our history, we also share something else in common. Right now, we have a unique opportunity to innovate who we are, to be more relevant, and to help younger generations. We must reinvent who we are, but also stay true to our culture. I've seen some of that change with the American Legion and how quickly the American Legion could respond and partner with Sears. You had volunteers spring into action into our stores. In the end, you have over 1,000 new members in your ranks because of our partnership. And Sears raised over $70,000 to help the American Legion veteran employment programs. Yes, I've seen the American Legion change for the better, and I must confess that I'm not just rooting for you. I am counting on you. Thank you.
I'd also mention that for those of you that attended the Dry Hooch Cafe ceremony here, Sears was a partner with Rebuilding Together and the American Legion in making that happen.